Namaste, Neil the Yogi Bear here, coming at you today from the meditation garden. So this is my little space in my home where I meditate and contemplate and generally ask the universe for guidance as and when I need it. So I have asked this morning, I will share with you in a moment. Just wanted to thank anyone who tuned in yesterday. I know it ran a little bit long after I did it, so I'll try and keep this one a bit shorter. Hope everyone's well, hope you're all keeping good and managing to find ways to stay energised in this current situation. So today I wanted to just talk to you very quickly about a couple of things. The first one being around self-compassion, and the next one being around non-judgmental curiosity. Stay with me, I know they're not the sexiest of titles, but we'll get there. So on the back of yesterday when we talked about judgment and expectations, I was seeing a lot of stuff yesterday on social media around things that we need to do and things we should be worried about, things we need to be careful of. And again, I kind of found myself in that space of, oh gosh, it feels so negative and it feels so scaremongery and it feels so I'm just not sure it's the right energy that's needed right now. So I thought, to counteract some of that, let's come out with some of the positives, what we can do and how we can use this opportunity to do a bit of introspection. Because I think I mentioned on a post I wrote earlier, we're paying so much attention at the moment, probably more attention than we've ever spent, because we've got the time to. So there's an opportunity here to really tune into things if we can, whilst we've got that time. And I know that isn't for everybody. I know that there are some people out there that are working incredibly hard. However, this applies to you too, if not more so, because tuning into what's happening right now and how you can get through life is really important. You know, I listen to a lot of gurus who talk about, you know, the sky's the limit and reach for the stars and you can do anything and you can be anything. And I absolutely believe that stuff, but I do feel sometimes that people aren't quite in a space to hear that yet. It's almost like, I think if you're here, infinite possibility can seem a bit more achievable. If you're here, it seems quite far away. So I often think that sometimes it's best to start where you are and see what it is that you need right then and there. And I know that we're not great at taking care of ourselves. That's why I wanted to talk about self-compassion. So it's something I'm really passionate about, because it's something that for a long time I didn't really do, and I didn't really tune into kind of what my own needs were. I think I was sort of almost head down, kind of cracking on with life and not really just not really very mindful of what it was that I needed. And it took something really bad happening to me, actually, for me to stop and slow down and say, whoa, hang on a minute. I need something here. I need a minute here. I need to figure out what it is that I need to help me get through this. And I guess what was interesting about that was like, why does it take something awful happening to us before we actually give ourselves a bit of grace? We should be doing this all the time. We should be being kind to ourselves all the time. And then I remember reading a really pertinent phrase, and I think I posted it on this page before. Why would you be kinder to others than you would be to yourself? And it hit me like a freight train when I first heard this statement, because I thought, you know what? Yeah, I do offer a lot of patience and a lot of grace and a lot of compassion to other people. And, you know, if someone is beating themselves up about something, I'm the first person to say, hang on a minute, think about where you are. The way you're feeling is totally normal. And it's just, I wasn't treating myself with that same level of compassion. I really wasn't. And the other thing is that I was completely ignorant to what it was that I was doing to myself, really. I didn't know this was happening. It wasn't until somebody said this to me and I found myself in a difficult situation that I actually stopped and thought, hang on a minute, am I being kind to myself? And now is an opportunity for some of us, if not all of us, to just take a moment and consider how kind we are to ourselves. Now, this is where judgment comes in, because what we're also, I talked yesterday about judging others, but actually let's take that back a step. The people that we judge the most harshly in general is ourselves. we're horrible to ourselves sometimes. It's all that, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way anymore. I should get over this. I should be able to deal with it. And we're just really scathing of ourselves and really invalidating of ourselves. And I think that's the key. We judge ourselves probably the most harshly. And I think sometimes it's about removing some of that judgment from ourselves. So one of the things I had to learn when I started to go on a bit of a journey of self-compassion and self-understanding and self-awareness was doing that without judgment. Because you've got to be able to observe first, and observe in a non-judgmental way to really understand what's going on and what's happening and the reasons why we do things.
You can find any news sources matching your request.
Alexa, brilliant, thanks.
I don't know that one.
That was new. So I could stop now, but I'm going to carry on. Right. So where was I? Yes. So yeah, judging ourselves. So that tends to be something that we're all a bit guilty of. And I think in certain situations when judgment kicks in, you know, let's say for example somebody does something that frustrates us or angers us, you know, we'll go, well, what have they done that for? What have you done that for? And do they not know this? And do they not? And we get really angry and we start asking all kinds of questions, but we're not interested in the answers. And this is what brings me on to my next point about non-judgmental curiosity. If we can start coming at things from a space of curiosity rather than criticism, we might actually start to get some answers. So if you're asking yourself or saying to yourself, oh God, why did I just do that? You know, why did I just have that chocolate bar? Or why did I just, you know, not go on that run and sit and watch a box set? You know, if you're going to ask yourself those questions, actually want the answer, because that's where the truth can potentially lie. So rather than asking that question from a place of criticism, ask it from a place of curiosity and non-judgmental curiosity, where you actually want the answer, and you're not going to then turn around and scathe the answer. You're gonna use that answer to help you move forward and help you progress. So here's my task, my challenge for you at the moment, if you have the opportunity to do it. Take some time to observe how you treat yourself. Just observe. Don't judge it. Don't kind of try and change anything at this point. It's just an opportunity to observe. Something that often helps me is journaling. So you might want to kind of, you know, grab a piece of paper and just put 2 columns, literally or 3 columns, put a day in here and just like day 1, day 2, day 3, whatever. A column for kind, a column for unkind. And just start keeping a tally of when you are kind to yourself and when you are unkind to yourself. Just bring some of what you're doing to the forefront of your mind. And again, not to judge it at this point. This is just about observation. Do it for a couple of days. Get to the end of those days and think, right, so how many things did I do today that were kind to myself, and how many things did I do today that were unkind to myself? And that could be anything. It could be, you know, I was unkind when I didn't go and get my daily exercise, my walk or my run or whatever that might be. It might be that I had one more glass of wine than I really would have liked to have had. It might be that I, had a pizza instead of a salad, or it might be that I, things escape me. But anyway, just write those things down, and write down the things that are kind as well. So actually, did you get up in the morning and go and sit in your favourite chair in the house and just have a brew and let the day start? Just give yourself those 5 minutes of peace and have a think about what's going on. Did you eat breakfast? Did you go for your run? Did you, kiss your kids? Did you tell your kids you love them? Whatever that might be. Think about because these are things that are kind to us as well. You know, they bring joy to us. Have a couple of days just observing how you are, how you treat yourself, if you treat yourself well, if you treat yourself unkindly. And do it from a space of non-judgmental curiosity. Just observe, just to see. And then you can move on to other things. You can say to yourself, right, so actually my first step is I want to even this column out. So actually if I've got 8 things in the unkind column and 2 things in the kind column, the first thing I need to do is be kinder to myself. So at least try and bring that up, at least try and make it a all. Okay, and then we can start looking at maybe removing some of the things that we do that are unkind to ourselves. But actually, because the point here is that being kind to ourselves actually speaks to our self-esteem, it speaks to our self-concept. If we are treating ourselves with kindness and we are treating ourselves better, then we generally want more of that. So I think a lot of people will tell you right now, remove the things you do that are unkind, stop drinking, stop eating, stop smoking, all those things, And actually, let's be honest, in this situation, some of those things might be what's getting people through because they can't do anything else. I know personally, I love cooking. So actually over the last week and a half, I've been trying to focus myself on I enjoy cooking. So I've been cooking, and it hasn't necessarily been very healthy meals, but they've been meals that I've wanted to cook and meals that I've wanted to eat. That's a bit of a double-edged sword, because cooking on one hand is kind, what I'm cooking perhaps isn't. So I know, for example, that food has been something that has helped me over the last week and a half, whilst there hasn't been anything else for me to do. So telling me to remove all that straight away and start eating healthy and blah, 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 it's a shade too far. What I want to encourage all of you to do is to, rather than removing unkindness for now, just try and add some more kindness. Once you add some more kindness, it becomes easier then to remove something. So I guess step one of your task is just observe what you do, observe yourself in a non-judgmental way, just to discover, just to uncover. That's all you're trying to do at this point, and not judge. Because there will be reasons, all the things that you do to yourself that you would class as unkind, there will be reasons why you do them. You're not an idiot. No one's an idiot. We all do those things for a reason. We might do them because we believe that they are a kindness, even though we know that they're not, but we're getting something out of it. So try and be kind to yourself on that sense, and don't judge yourself. Once you understand where you're being unkind to yourself, then you ask yourself the question from a space of curiosity, not criticism. Why am I doing this? Why am I performing this act? Why am I doing this to myself? What do I get out of it? If you find an answer, you can then look to do something that can replace that unkindness with something that will still give you what you need, but is kinder to you. You might ask that question and find you can't find a reason, in which case, brilliant. The revelation there is, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I'm going to stop. Whatever might happen. But for now, just observe. And if you feel like you can over the next few days, and you've got that tally, for example, like 8 unkindnesses, 2 kindnesses, just try and bring the kindnesses up, try and level it out, even the playing field. Let's get 8 and 8. And then you can start looking at doing other things. It's an opportunity to tune into a level of attention that we've never had. It's an opportunity for us to start assessing the way we do things and the reasons why we do things. And again, from a space of non-judgmental curiosity. So give it a go. I'm certainly going to give it a go. I'm conscious that actually, this morning, I can think of probably 3 things I've done that are unkind, and not really many that I've done that are kind. And I will address that now, because actually, just bringing it to my attention has made me think, oh God, I need to do something about that. So yeah, and that, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to sit with it for now. I need to observe how a day in this lockdown situation looks for me. How kind am I being to myself? And then I will also do the same thing. I will look to bring the kindness up and then bring the unkindness down, and we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to have a go at it. I might share tomorrow with you where I'm up to, see what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it as well. Please still share these videos if you can, comment, like, still get a few people have come and said that they'd love to do some yoga and meditation, so that'd be brilliant. Let's get a few more people involved, and we'll see where we end up. Again, I wish you well. Please be kind to yourself. We can't be kind to others if we can't be kind to ourselves, truly kind to ourselves. So just bear that in mind. A couple of cards for you. I drew today. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So I'm going to lean on the faith of the universe today. I'm going to surrender. I'm going to let go and believe that the universe is caring for me and protecting me. Something I probably need to do right now because I'm feeling a little bit lost, like a lot of people I'm sure are. And then another one that I pulled was, I release time and let the universe show me what to do. So I'm asking the universe, show me the way. It's hard, it's scary to surrender. It really is. It's scary to not feel like you have to grab control of things, but sometimes it's not the right thing to do. Anyway, Have a great day. Please let me know your thoughts and comments. I know this is probably still running a little bit longer, but definitely shorter than yesterday's, so that's a good thing. I'll keep tightening them up for us and keep bringing you some different things for us to talk about. We might check back in about self-compassion and non-judgmental curiosity tomorrow, and I'm kind of working up to the big one, which is empathy, true empathy, which is something that I'm massively passionate about and can't wait to share with you all. So have a great day, take care, stay safe. To any of our friends in public services out there on the front line working, please stay safe, and thank you again for everything that you're doing. Namaste, have a great day.